Alright, YouTubers, welcome back to War Thunder Ground Forces with the Angry Nerd. And today, we're going to take a look at a Swedish light tank, the Stridsvagn 74. Now, the Stridsvagn 74, or Strv 74, is a Swedish light tank that was in use with the Swedish Army from 1958 to 1984. The Stridsvagn 74's development path stretches through the Stridsvagn M40 and M42 back to the original Lago tank manufactured by the Swedish firm Landsverk for the Hungarian army. Towards the end of the Second World War, it was clear that the Swedish Strv M42 was inferior to the medium tanks produced by both the Axis and the Allies. The Cold War left its own chilling effect, even as local conflicts saw the emergence of main battle tanks with the mobility of medium tanks, but the firepower and armor of heavy tanks. The Swedes, being a small country, knew they could not keep pace with the arms race between major powers, so they looked into purchasing the relatively inexpensive French AMX-13 tank, but eventually concluded that the AMX-13's armor was too weak to fulfill their needs. The Swedish Army eventually decided to purchase 80 British Mark III tanks armed with the 83.4mm gun in December 1952. It was later designated as the Strv-81. Later, they also purchased 270 Centurion Mark X tanks with 105mm guns, later designated Strv-101. The Centurion was a good tank, but an expensive one for a small country. After the cancellation of the AMX-13 order, a light tank that could be mass-produced was still needed. The Swedish military thought that designing a new tank would take too long, around 7 years. So in 1953, the Swedes instead chose to reuse the chassis of the World War II Strv M42. The idea of upgunning the Strv M42 had been proposed earlier in 1944 with the Delet Torn, meaning split turret design. But testing of the prototype in 1946 proved that the design was flawed. The Strv-74 was designed in 1957 using the older chassis of the Strv-M42 TH and TV tanks that were considered obsolete in the mid-50s. This time, to revive this old chassis, a completely new turret was designed. The gun of choice was the 75mm LVKAN M36, one of the most effective Swedish heavy anti-aircraft guns, modified as a tank gun. After modernization, the gun received the designation M49. The only large component of the Strv-74 developed from scratch would be the turret. Production of the new Strv-74 mostly consisted of building new turrets and installing them on the existing Strv-M42 chassis. These massive new turrets had very little armor because the obsolete World War II chassis could not support much more weight, so they only offered protection from high-caliber machine guns. Trials of the Strv-74 turret carried out in August of 1960 revealed that a 20mm gun could penetrate the turret from 300 meters everywhere except the mantlet, and from 640 meters from some angles. A pre-war 37mm M34 anti-tank gun could penetrate the turret except the mantlet from any side from 750 meters. The Strv-74 weighed 26 tons. The crew consisted of 4 men, and the roomy turret and driving compartment made their positions fairly comfortable. Aside from the 75mm gun, the tank also had two KSP M39 Strv 8mm machine guns, a pair of two 6-cylinder gasoline engines with a total power of 340 horsepower allowed the tank to accelerate to 45 kilometers per hour on roads. There were two types of the tank, the Strv-74H with a hydraulic transmission, 155 produced, and the Strv-74V with a mechanical transmission, 70 vehicles produced. All M42 TH and TV tanks were converted to Strv-74s between 1957 and 1960, 225 tanks in total. They were assigned to tank brigades, which had an authorized strength of 48 vehicles. The old Strv M42 turrets were saved and installed as fortifications in key areas such as shores, ports, and in airports. The 57 remaining Strv M42EH tanks were not scrapped, but were modernized in small ways, mostly the communications equipment and the position of the machine guns, and accepted back into service as the IKV-73. The Strv-74s started being replaced by the Strv-103s in 1967, and the old Strv-74s were reassigned to infantry assault companies, 11 tanks per company, and used in that role until 1984. After that, the Strv-74 turrets were used as fortifications along the coastline. The turrets served in that role until 1999 when they were scrapped. Now in War Thunder Arcade, the Strv-74 is a rank 4 light tank in the Swedish tech tree with a battle rating of 5.7. It has a 649 horsepower engine propelling the 26-ton vehicle to a top speed of 30.9 miles per hour. Its main armament is a 75mm KAN Strv-74 cannon with a maximum ammo load of 40 rounds. Its secondary armament is an 8mm KSP M36 machine gun ×2. Now I have it assigned to an expert crew with a crew level of 150, which gives me a reload of 7.1 seconds. So what do I think of the Strv-74 here in War Thunder Arcade? Well, I'm going to be frank with you. I did not enjoy playing this vehicle. Not one bit. The only thing I found remotely good about this vehicle is that it has good gun depression. And usually that's a real perk because you can hide on the reverse slope of a hill and just peek over with your heavily armored turret, hopefully get some shots and maybe let that heavily armored turret bounce some shots. But remember how I stated earlier that this turret can be penetrated by a 37mm anti-tank gun or even a 20mm from some distances. That being said, I realized pretty early that this was not going to be a good vehicle for me, but I toughed it out and spaded it just to see if it got any better.
So I wore this ridiculous thing for you.
And because there's a sick part of me that enjoys a challenge.
You on drugs?
Drugs? No, I don't take drugs.
All right, we picked up Carpathians. Hopefully, there will be a good spot to hide on this map. I've selected the northernmost spawn point, and I'm going to head up probably to the bridge, going up to A. And we're off. First game in the Strv 74. See how she does. She's kind of slow. Hopefully when I get to research engine and stuff, she'll get a lot faster, because this is just a little on the disappointing side right this minute. But you know, World War II hull with this big ass turret on it can't be too fast, I guess. There's a spot right up here at the beginning of this bridge that's actually fairly decent, especially if you have a vehicle that has a turret that can take some hits. This Panther must know about it, but he's not using it correctly. Need to be behind these walls. There we go. Need to use these walls for cover right here. Yep. Let's see. Pop out temporarily. Yes! Back in here. Oh, can I get a bead on him? Well, I hit him. Just a little bit. Oh, wait. Hit the Tiger. There we go. Tiger was more out in the open than the T-34-85. He's behind these rocks. Oh man, I hit the rocks. Come on, reload. Yes! Yes! Alright, we got an air battle. I'll tuck a little farther up in here. There's a vehicle right up there. Let's back up a little bit more. I got 3 bombs, but I got 2 enemy fighters on me. Try to get rid of this tank that I could see from my position. Yep, I think I got him. That makes me feel a little more secure. Back over here. Can actually use these dead hulls for some cover too. But I am showing a good bit of side. If there's anybody I don't see down there, need to be careful. This thing really cannot take a hit. They've got C and B. Wait, there's a Tiger right there. There was a Tiger right there. But you're not gonna be going down to the cap and brawling it out in this thing. We've got 2 enemies on A. Alright, we got somebody right down here. Panther G. Where is he? Oh, there he is. Oh. Now I just have the standard round. There is an armor-piercing, discharging sabot round that you can research. That'll give you about 90 millimeters more penetration, but you know, I'm just working on parts this game, so that'll be a while. Might improve penetration on some of these vehicles. Alright, IS-1. I think he tried to shoot at me. He's back behind those rocks. Let's see if we can go up here and get this AA vehicle. There's 2 AA vehicles up here. Alright, this light tank got one of them. Let's maybe go up here and see if we can uncap this. You got the other AA vehicle. I'm just going to drive through it. I'm going to stay on it. As soon as you start uncapping, then the artillery is going to start flying. Oh, come on. There we go. Alright, we're going to head back up here. I don't think capping is going to make much of a difference at this point, but hey, there's an air battle. We can sit up here, get some capping points, and take out an air battle. Maybe we can get 1 or 2 more kills with the air battle before the game ends. Hopefully. Oh, are we taking B? Are we taking C? What? Is it a comeback? Really? Okay, let's go over here and see if we can find somebody else to shoot at then. It's exciting. Okay. Let's not get killed here. Come on. Yes. Go take a look around the other side of this wall here. Oh, really? We might pull this off. Look at this. Come on, get out from behind me, dude. I don't see anybody to drop these bombs on. Okay. Alrighty. I believe you can stick a fork in her. We're done. Wow. This was actually a pretty good first game. I have high hopes. Alright. We did come in first place in the team. And a battle trophy. Shadow Strike Streak, Ground Force Rescuer, Avenger, Safe and Sound Bomber, Teamwork, Rank Does Not Matter, Adamant, Tank Rescuer, Professional, Without a Miss, Survivor, and Heavy Metal Fury. First place in the team. 11 ground targets destroyed, 96% battle activity, picked up repairs. Alright. We'll take that. Let's see. We picked up improved parts. We'll take that. Let's go for fire prevention. We had enough for that. Adjustment of fire. Didn't have enough for that, but all right. Okay, Berlin. Let's see what we can do. Oh, playing these late night games make me tired. Well, I am tired playing the games that make me tired. But I'm just playing when I'm tired. I should have been in bed like half hour ago at least. We're going to come over here and see if we can... Dang, this map is different. What the heck? Alright, we're just going to keep going because that is not the position that I thought I was going to find there. See if we can just snap off a quick shot at somebody. Okay, do we have, oh, okay, T-3485. And bam, gotcha. I'm going to try to work our way over here and see if we can get some flank shots on these people. Oh, what do we got right here? It's behind a hill. Oh, that was a cheeky little shot. Drop some arty. You gotta carry you a few of these armor-piercing, discharging sabot rounds because regular ammunition has a little bit of trouble with some of the vehicles from the front. We're over here on the side. Come on, back up. Back up. I know you want to back up. Maybe we can pull forward a little bit right through here and use our gun depression a little bit. Let's try this. Up. Oh, maybe right here. Up. There we go. Waffenträger. M2, gone. This ammo does really good from the sides. Oh, they done saw me. Let's throw some smoke. Pull around here, beside this building. And take out this air battle. 25 bombs, but they're only 500 pounds. We're just gonna hand them out like candy at Halloween. One for you, and a couple for you, and here, and maybe for you, and got a couple left, so there we go. Ooh, 2 targets destroyed, 3 targets. We'll take that. This thing's armor is crap. Need to have a good place to hide. Oh, what do we got here? What do we got here? Come on, IS. There we go. Gun depression. See if we can see over this mound. Yes. He tore down a lot of my concealment. I was hiding back here. Now I'm feeling kind of out in the open. Let's see though. Oh my goodness. That was a lucky shot. Oh, another air battle. Let's go hide around the corner. Maybe we can even get a little repair done while we're going. Let's see. Nope, didn't get the button pressed. I was more concerned about actually getting hit. It's only like my machine gun, so it really doesn't matter all that much. 8 bombs, 1,000 pounds apiece. Drop a bunch in here. Two targets destroyed. I always feel like I've had a successful run if I even get one target destroyed. But everybody is pushing up on the enemy base, so I doubt we're gonna get any more kills, but yep, we're all done. I'll take that. Let's check these awards. Rank does not matter. Avenger, triple strike, tank rescuer without a miss, according to intelligence, professional, shadow strike streak, multi-strike, survivor, heavy metal hero, the best squad, and balancer. First place in the team, 13 kills, 98% battle activity. All right. I'm gonna call this done. I'm tired of playing this vehicle. All right. So there you have it. The Strv 74. Yeah. When I first started playing this, I was really excited. I thought, man, this is gonna be a great tank. But then, yeah, it really hit me, or everybody else really hit me everywhere, through the turret, through the mantlet. I mean, I was just getting obliterated. So yeah, the excitement wore off really quickly. So let's just take a quick look at this service record with the Strv 74. We had 172 battles with only a 45% victory percentage. I could only muster an average kill to death ratio of about 2-to-1 with 338 enemy vehicles destroyed to 167 deaths. So if you've enjoyed this video more than I enjoyed playing this tank, hit that like button. If you didn't, don't. Subscribe if you would. But as always, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. Nerd out.